Olaf as the jungler. But the big question becomes, like you said, how does this Zoe comp operate around Set, who's going to feel pretty comfortable, pretty fine against this? Can hard engage on top of the Zoe if she tries to flank too hard? If she doesn't flank, then she's not going to do that damage. Controlling the vision is going to be super important around these objectives, but Graves into an Olaf, it's hard to actually aggressively go deep in the jungle and get those wards up. You're risking your life every time you try it, so I really prefer Hanwha Life Esports draft here.
Yeah, me too. I also think that, you know, the fact that Olaf keeps up so well with the Graves in the earlier stage of the game, Arthur will be able to play around all of the lane priority that Hanwha Life just get, right? Because they have Chovy, they have Deft, they have these lane prowess players, and Arthur's just going to have free roam and should be able to help Dudu out if he would like to. But
the commitment does go on to Deft, who was, like you said, making himself very attractive to be dove upon, and trying anyways, you know.
Well, now it's going to be DRX's turn as Vista's going to get caught out. Does have himself his Haymaker, but I don't think it's going to be enough as Becca's taking a lot of damage. The hook goes wide, but it's going to be first.
Denying vision. Sure, he had that really long... I'll hold that thought. Wow.
Whoa, that's a big flash from Vista. Becca's just going to be dead as Pyosik has to quick draw himself out of there, but you can see DRX, they want the fight. Kingin comes in, barrel is down, but Dudu's going to land some chains as well. They're broken pretty quickly as Chovy now looking for Sulka up towards the top side of this fight. It's broken off as DRX are trying to regroup. Arthur misses the undertow, and Bao doing a fair bit of work here with his Crescendum Calibrum combo.
Vision of that. Vista wanted to maybe even come in here and delay this Herald take. Not gonna happen, and I like to see this kind of aggression.
Yeah, flash hook is going to come out. Vista does keep himself alive and face breaks nicely, but it's not going to matter. He doesn't.
Now they should know.
Ooh, not quite. Arthur's going to come in with the undertow, and they get the bad news. Facebreaker comes down as Vista might be once again in trouble, but he does avoid the end of the line damage. Def just standing up and taking it and dishing it back towards Pyosik as well, but no one is going to be taken down just yet. Just an Ignite invested on Vista's side. Exhaust still.
Yeah, they use the box as well.
Yeah. All right, Killer Instinct. He's looking to jump onto Pyosik here and does so successfully. The Moonlight Vigil not going to do too much as Vista once again is dead. And you can see Arthur just running forward. The reckless swing is most definitely that, as now Def just trying to rain hell down. But this was not the trade that they wanted. It looked so strange. Bubble not going to connect there onto Def, who flashes out of the way. And the Paddle Star will miss, but still, I don't know, man. That's a bit of a head scratcher. At the ready is going to try and help things out. Def taking half of his health bar is actually very relevant, given the fact that the Dragon has just spawned. Now Sulka looking to try and jump on top of Deft, and it's going to be Vista that has to flash now. Hook comes down, and they have to wave goodbye to the set, but I think that was mostly a mistake on Deft.
Online, and he's ready to fight.
Ooh. Yeah, Gravitum actually going to do a bunch of work here as Chovy not going to survive. Exhaust down, as well as you can see that Arthur, is trying to run away.
And no smite, and there's just, the death timers are so long here for the timing of how this works out before the take. There's just nothing they can do to deny, and in fact, DRX is one step ahead. They're like, okay, we're going to try to push mid. DRX is ready to take another fight where they have a numbers advantage.
Yeah, Baron's going to go down in the meantime as Def Killer Instinct to try and get out of there. And he's just going to have to run for the hills. Dudu trying to fight this one out as Sulka picks up a flash, uses it to get away. Dudu doing his very best to try and 1v5, but he only takes one of them. DRX are going to easily take down this inner turret. Deft, yeah, you're not going to be able to grab that without any minions, as Dudu and Kingin are trying to fight this one out. Gore Drinker going to help keep Dudu alive for a little bit, but there is a Bramble Vest, and now World Ender comes forward, and DRX, the cavalry comes through. And well, as the solo lanes from DRX are here, now just going to move on over and try and take this top lane turret down as Vista flashes in once again. Gets himself the Haymaker shield, and I'm used to saying this. Vista is going to go down. Moonlight Vigil not going to connect, as Arthur's just going to get collaterally damaged to death, and the inhibitor will also fall down.
They may just push for the game here. They've got a wave, and they have a Aphelios. They can at least push down these turrets, no question. I mean, I don't see any way that this gets defended by Hanwha Life Esports. They need a miracle here. I mean, what are you shockwaveing
There's
for?
no Baron, so these minions are killable. We'll see whether Chovy's going to be able to get the work done. Deft is going to start off this fight, but immediately he's exhausted. Bao walks back into a turret shot, but he's going to survive. And now the Nexus turret will get taken down. Low Chovy with the shockwave gets the help of the fountain, but it just doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Vista once again just running on in there to die once more as Dudu, they need to stop them from killing this Nexus, but it's just going to go 28 minutes into the game, and DRX clap back against Hanwha Life.
Very impressive.
How did so much damage. And he got so many items. He was, you know, fed a lot of the gold. And you can see it certainly paid off. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for game number 2.
The young guns of the DRX managed to even out the series up against Hanwha Life Esports, and both teams are going to go back to the drawing boards and prepare for the final game, game number 3. First, let's take a look at the draft. Compared to the game number 1, both teams had a well-balanced comp and a very standard LCK comp. It is really important to not make mistakes when you are playing like this. But the game was having a very high tempo this time around. Aphelios is the hyper carry champion, but Olaf has no weapon to kind of attack the carry in the back line. So Olaf, I think, is showing some of his weakness here in the LCK. Also, Aphelios and Thresh does have a bit of a favor during the laning phase, but still we have to kind of take some time to figure out who has the better matchup between Aphelios and Kai'Sa. Let's take a look at the first highlight. DRX bottom duos were able to raise top outer turret and they rotated down for the Dragon tempo. But here, I think Hanwha Life bottom duo made a blunder. They were a little bit overextended, and Vista got hit by the Sleepy Trouble bubble, and he got cut out right before the Dragon team fight. So it was easy for DRX to, you know, secure the Dragon after this fight, and also they were able to pop the Herald's Eye to raise the mid outer turret as well. So DRX bottom duo were not able to use their money in the pocket before the Dragon fight, so they could, well actually Hanwha Life could just wait for the 5 versus 5 fight around the Dragon's pit, but they were a little bit overextended to clear out the wave in the mid lane. And let's move on to the next highlight. We always say League of Legends is like about taking turns. As Zoe saw, Kai'Sa was clearing out the wave on the top side. He was trying to make a rotation, but at the same time, as DRX players saw the overextension on the side of Hanwha Life Esports, he came back and grouped up with his teammates and opened the team fight to punish their over eagerness to kind of clear out the wave once again. Chovy was overstepped even when cleanse was down. He had to be having some heads up for the potential Aphelios ult stun combo. We saw a huge potential from DRX in game number 2, and Bao is going to pick up the player of the game for the first time of this split. In the very early game, well here, Pyosik was able to get the kill thanks to the engage from Bao. And in the last highlight we just saw, this one, once again he was the actually the teamfight opener on the side of DRX, and he kind of managed to land his critical skill over to the opponent mid laner. And this quick reaction as well. Flexing on some of the best mechanics here in the LCK as one of the new players joining the league. We're like being a little bit jealous that AD carries are always able to pick up some of the stylish champion, whereas support players or support doesn't really get to have more of that kind of champions. Now it's time to move on to game number 3 to find out who is gonna be the victor of tonight.